What's good, family? You already know this is Twisted Tongue Podcast. I am JT. Hey, we made it. Another week out the way. It's the weekend. Hope you guys can be safe. Hope you guys are having fun. I hope whatever you're doing, that you're healthy most of all. I am JT, and you already know what this is. So let's get this going. I want to tell you something real quick. If you see me taking my towel back in my face, I have a panel of LED lights in front of me, and they are hot. So you figure my studio is already about maybe 85 degrees down here. Plus these lights adds a good a good 15, 20 degrees. So we're going to like 100 degrees that I'm sitting in here, so I can give you guys the best quality picture that you guys can get. So if you see me wipe off and everything, pardon me, but I don't want to be all sweaty and everything in the video. Now, you know how we start off each show. We're going to start off with recommendations. So I have 5 recommendations that I really want you guys to check out that I think may interest you guys. And this time I wrote them down. So guess what? I won't mess up no one names like I did the last time, and we can get it out. We can get you guys to these people. Tabitha Brown. I want you to go on all Tabitha Brown platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and anything else that she does, and support her. Tabitha Brown is the face of black veganism. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time. Tabitha Brown is the face of black veganism. You know what this title today? Celibacy, sobriety, and solitude, along with healthy eating, is the best ways you can get to your goals. And we're going to break down these one by one. So go check out Tabitha Brown. Second one, Doggy Diamond. My man Doggy Diamond, the pioneer of all of this. He's the reason why a lot of us are doing this. He was one of the first to do it. Very insightful interviews, not into all that celebrity gossip stuff. I mean, you know, he give you a little bit of what you want, but there's always a premise behind it. There's always some meat to it. He's just not running his mouth just for the sake of blowing hot air. Choke, no joke. Chiggy, choke, no joke. Y'all go check out my man Choke, no joke. He used to be with Rockefeller. He was the filmography person. So he was one that shot their videos and did a lot of their filming, and he has a lot of great stories, a lot of run-ins with Jay-Z. I wouldn't even say they have a love-hate relationship, but they have a hate-hate relationship. So he got a lot of insight, a lot of game that he can give you about the industry, about being in the industry, and got good stuff on his platform. Now, let's go over to Netflix. I came across something called Beyond the Curve, okay? Beyond the Curve. And at first, when I first cut it on, because it's pretty much the flat earthers. And for those who don't know what flat earthers are people who believe that the earth is not round, but it's flat. So I kind of went into it like, what is this? Let me, check it out. Because I'm like a science nerd. I'm a science geek. I'm into anything that deals with aliens and the universe and science. And because I believe that there's just so much more than we was ever taught in life that's in this galaxy or in this universe or part of this world. So anytime I can get any meat, any food, I eat it. I soak up. I'm like a vacuum cleaner. I soak up game. I soak up knowledge or any level. You don't have to just be street level or street knowledge or street game. I mean, the more you learn, the more you know, the more prepared you are for life and what goes on, what can go on in life and through life and how you move in life. So check out Behind the Curve. And last but not least, this young man whose music you're hearing, Keith on the Beat. He's a young up-and-coming producer out of Chicago, my hometown. That's where we're coming to you here live on the south side of Chicago. Not Chirac, but you can refer to us as the Chi or Chi-Town. We don't do that Chirac stuff around here. So Keith on the Beat, and I'm going to spell it out, okay? Here we go. QUISONDABEAT_. So that's where we at. All right, I'm not going to hold up a bunch of you guys' time. I appreciate you being with me. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're taking out the time to listen to me, and I appreciate that. And as you know, I would never ask you for money. I don't want to ask you for money, but I do want to ask you not to go down the same mistakes I've been through in life. I'm going to say that one more time. I'm never going to ask you guys for money. I don't want your money. I don't need your money. Your money is for yourself and your family, and take care of yourself. I do this out of recreation. I do this out of hobby. I do this because I want to give back, okay? But what I will ask is that you don't go down the same path of mistakes that I've been down. So what I want to talk about today is CSS. Celibacy, sobriety, and solitude, along with very, very healthy eating habits. Those are the only way you are going to be able to reach your goals. Now, as simple as this concept may sound, I first heard it from a page and a person that I look look up to as a mentor, and especially in this YouTube thing. That's Ayo Canseco from the Big Facts podcast. And I was listening to his videos, and he kept saying the 3 S's. And I was like, well, what are the 3 S's? And he said celibacy, sobriety, and solitude. And I was like, well, that's not that's SSS. But then I understand what he was doing. He wanted to make it a catchphrase so it can stick in your head. So he called it the 3 S's. I'm going to call it CSS. And he was one of the first ones that I ever heard talk about this. And it pays dividends for me listening to him. I will be the first to say, because like a lot of you all, I'm not perfect. I've had dealings with or issues with a lot of things in my life. I'm a 48-year-old gentleman, you know. And through those 48 years, I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, I've been through a lot. And there's a lot of things that I wish I could take back. So let's tackle these one by one. CSS, celibacy, sobriety, and solitude. Celibacy. Now, first thing someone's going to say, well, what if you're married? Well, that stands for itself. That goes without saying. But if you are married, and make sure that you have a partner that have the same goals that you have, a partner that is on the same page with you. You have to be evenly yoked. You know what the saying goes. What does light have in common with darkness? Make sure that you're evenly yoked with the person that you're with. Whether you're married, whether you have a baby father or a baby mother, you guys are living together in a relationship, of course you're going to have sex. I get this. But I'm pretty much really want to hit this video to those who are just really beginning their journey in life. Those who are, that it's not tied down with a marriage. Those who aren't, have kids, and those who are just really trying to look for that direction to where they want to go and how they want to achieve their goals. Celibacy is so important in that, because when you have someone else that you're dealing with, when you're giving your energy to someone, whether it's your sexual energy, your physical energy, mental energy, it takes away from what you're trying to accomplish. I'm going to say that one more time. When you're giving your energy to a person, or better yet, even if you're taking energy from a person sexually, you're bringing that energy into your home. You're bringing that energy around you. Whatever demons that person have, whatever they're going through, whatever issue they have, you're taking on their energy. Now, if you're taking part, or you're taking on the energy of someone that's demonic, you're taking on the energy of someone that is not on the same page, is not evenly yoked as you, how are you going to be able to do the things that you want to do? How can you say, I want to start a business, but you run around screwing every chick and spending all the money that's going to take to start that business? How can you say, well, I want to go back to school? And don't listen to what these people are. I know there's a lot of people telling you younger ones, forget working, forget school. Look, we're going to push that to the side right now, because that's just talking about stupidity, okay? You want to give yourself every chance in life. You want to give yourself every advantage in life, whether that means working a job while you're working on your business, whether that means going to school, trying to earn a degree so that you can get into the profession. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer. There's so many things you can be. So let's just push that to the side about college and student loans and stuff, because people don't have balance in the things they say. It's always all or nothing. So let's say you want to go to school, okay? And you want to go to school because you want to better yourself for yourself, or you want to go to school to learn about the business that you want to eventually own or get into. But you got this person that always want to be up under you. How can you study? You got this person that they ain't doing anything with their life. They see you studying, they see you working, they see you doing all these things, but they ain't doing anything. They're not doing anything. How do you think that relationship is going to work? How much drama and stress do you think that person is going to add? How much negative energy do you think that person is going to bring you because they see you're trying to do something with yourself? Let me tell you something about people, and this kind of touching into the solitude part of it, but people don't want people to succeed when they're not succeeding. I'm going to say that one more time. If you're with a person that is not succeeding, is not successful in their endeavors, you think they want to see you successful, they're going to try to do everything they can to bring you down. I remember one person told me until he get $50,000 in the bank, he's not sleeping with no one. And I respect that. I understand what he meant. He said, until my bank account has $50,000 of liquidated cash, I'm not sleeping with no one, because all they're going to do is just take from me. And they're going to distract me and eventually hinder me from my goal. Young ones, even old ones that's listening to me, keep your eye on the prize. Do not let anyone distract you. Do not let anyone sideswipe you from what you're trying to do. So celibacy is very, very important with that. Very important. Because if you're spending all your energy trying to get dick down, or if you're spending all your energy trying to dick somebody down, you're not going to be focused on what you're trying to do. And there's a good chance that you will not reach your goal. Lord forbid you get someone pregnant or become pregnant in the middle of your journey. See, this life is a journey. This is not our final destination. This world we live in is to prepare us for whatever it is that our final destination is to be. Make the most of it. Make the most of it. That's the C in CSS. The S is sobriety. Now that goes without saying. Let me tell you something about people that use drugs at a very early age, or people that even use drugs at an older age. When you're young and you use drugs, you become trapped. Now, what do I mean by becoming trapped? So let's say if you're 13 years old. If you are 13 years old and you start drugs and you are still continuing to do drugs, you are trapped at 13 and you could be 31 years old. I'm going to say that one more time. If you started doing drugs at 13 years old and you're 31, you're trapped at 13 years old. Now you can get out of that trap, but you have to surrender yourself. You have to give in. You have to understand that drugs are very powerful. Very few people reach their goals when they are under the influence of substance. I'm going to say that one more time. Very few people reach their goals when they are under the influence of substance. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, look at rapper Rocks and Blunts, or look at rapper Cake, I'm a Kill on Mondays, whatever. They are being given drugs to keep them under control, okay? It may appear that they're all good and they're doing their thing, but they are given drugs. In fact, you're not going to become a rapper unless you own some type of drugs, so they want to control you. You have to practice sobriety when you have goals that you want to achieve. Now, a person can say, well, JT, man, I go to work every day. I do everything I want to do, and I'm able to smoke my weed, or I'm able to drink my drink, or maybe pop a pill every now and then, or hit the bag every now and then. I'm good. I'm taking care of my business. Stop selling for mediocrity. That's being mediocre. Stop selling for mediocrity. You want to reach your best. You want to live your best life. Let me show you what I mean. If you can get up and go to work every day and still hit the bag, or you can get up and go to work every day and pop a pill, or you can get up and take care of your business, whether it's going to school and going to class and you're smoking or you're drinking, imagine how much better you can be. Imagine how much more your wings can fly. Your wings can expand. Imagine how much more you can do if you were sober. Let me simplify that. If you can do the basics while you're high, imagine what you can do when your mind is free. You're tired. You're drugged up. Your mother want to put you out the house. You don't know why your life is the way it is. You can get the drugs out your system. You can put the bag down. Your car running hot. You can't put antifreeze in your car. You can't put gas in your car because you're trying to get high. And yet you say, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. I want to do this, I want to do that. But you're still stuck right where you are. Whether it's in your mother's basement or your father's attic. Whether you some guy and you with some girl that you don't want to be with because you got nowhere to go, but she's feeding you these drugs to keep you there with her. You can fly if you want to. You can expand your wings. You can do so much more. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Put the drugs down, man. Let your mind heal. You can do anything you want to do. We can do anything we want to be. We are a nation, we are a group, a culture, a nation of melanated people. There is no limit to what our minds can't do when we put our minds to it. But when we put in substances and toxins in our minds, it just hinders you. That's just the way it is. Now, there is a distinguish between those who self-medicate and those who just like to do drugs because they want to be litty. They want to be lit. They want to hit the party. They want to feel good. A lot of times people take drugs and they use it except for sexual reasons, meaning that when you're on drugs, sex is much better. Everyone knows that. I know it got to the point for a lot of people that I know that they couldn't have sex unless they was on drugs. We call that going to Mars, where the sex is so good, the drugs are so good, and you got the sex and you got the drugs and you put it together. It's like peanut butter and jelly. There's nothing better. So we know about those who like to use drugs because they like to get high. Then you have those who self-medicate. Now, to those who self-medicate, what are you running from? That's really simple. They try to make it sound hard out here. Oh, your drug addiction, you need to fly away 10,000 miles across the world and stay up in the room and get chained to the bed. No. What are you running from if you're self-medicating? What happened to you? Once you can address that, then you're not going to have to self-medicate anymore. For those who like to party, for those who like to do drugs just because they, like I said, want to be lit, want to kick it, want to have a good time, where are you going to stay in your mother's basement or your father's attic? Your car going to continue to run hot and continue to run on E. You're not going to continue to be the best that you can be. Remember those commercials with these kids? Army, be the best you can be. Yeah. Be the best that you can be. Be all that you can be. You will never reach your goal. And let me just show you how things happen. For disclosure, everybody that know me know how I used to kick it. They know how I used to party. I will never talk to you about anything that I have not experienced myself. Either haven't experienced, don't know about, or haven't learned about. I would never come to the mic and just talk about that because that is hot air to me. When I actually really took sobriety seriously, that's when all the doors started to open up for me. It was crazy. Here I thought I was doing good. I go to work every day. I take care of my, everything's taken care of. My family's taken care of. We live in good, nice, beautiful house, 2 Benzes in the garage. We have everything that we possibly could want to have. But things just wasn't going right for me. It always was just a negative cloud or negative energy around me. And I don't mean a physical cloud or a physical energy. I mean metamorphically. I'm using it as a metaphor. Where things just wouldn't go right. I just wasn't at peace. I just wasn't at calm with myself. I wasn't at peace with life. Wasn't at peace with certain family members. It was just something that was just missing. I didn't know what it was. I'm good. I got everything a lot of people will want. But I was using. And I was using to self-medicate because of trauma and pain that happened to me, oh my God, decades and decades ago. I've seen a lot out there in the streets. I've been through a lot. I endured a lot. And that can traumatize you. You think these streets are cool. You think these streets is hot. Once you get out of that and you grow older, you are traumatized from the things that you saw. You are traumatized from the friends that you have lost. I've been going to funerals since I've been 15 years old, man. 15 years old, I've been going to funerals. Not of relatives that died, not of a grandmother or a great uncle, because of peers my age that was gunned down and murdered because of gang. So as I got out of that and I transformed my life, then I began to have trauma from it. I began to have dreams about things that I've seen, things that have happened. So what's the easy way? Roll a blunt, pour a drink. And I wonder why things wasn't going my way, why things wasn't going right for me. And then once I really took my sobriety serious, it's like a whole world opened up to me again. Even as an older gentleman at that time, an older man. I think I was in my 30s. A whole world opened up to me. My mind was finally free. I received therapy, I received counseling for the trauma I was going through. Then I realized I don't have to self-medicate myself. And that's when everything just opened up for me. Doors opened up for me. I got to see things differently. Got to see people for who they were. That cloud, that veil was lifted from over my eyes. It's like the song say, I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Drugs are your rain. You know who I'm talking to. Drugs, that's your rain. Until you get off the drugs. Until you take sobriety serious. Because see, the thing about when you do drugs, what people don't realize, You're a drug addict the rest of your life at that point. For the rest of your life. How do they say it? One time is one time too many and it's never enough. You are a drug addict the rest of your life, but you don't have to use. But don't never ever underestimate the power of what drugs in the mind can do. So once you begin doing these drugs, you are a drug addict the rest of your life, even when you practice in sobriety. But you're just a drug addict that is in using. And you have to always remember that. There have been people that have been sober for 25, 30 years that end up dying over overdose. Drugs are very, very powerful. And you won't get nowhere. You just won't get anywhere. I'm just going to say just that simple, just that plain. No pretty words, no big words, no trying to make fancy sentences. Drugs will lead you, drugs and alcohol and that practice of sobriety will lead you to a road that you will never recover from and you will never reach your goals. The last S in our main discourse, and we're talking about CSS, celibacy, sobriety, and solitude are the tools that you need to reach the goals that you want to reach. So let's talk about solitude. And now I'm about to turn to Uncle JT. I'm about to talk to you guys like I'm going to talk to my kids. People complicate your life, homie. Yeah, they do. The more people you have in your life, the more complications are you going to have to go through. And you don't believe me? Go to the federal penitentiary or go to your local Cook County jail or go to your local person on the street that's begging for money or that person that you love that you think is homeless. Ask to hear their story. Half the people that's locked up in jail, they're locked up in jail because of another person. This is my man's. You are your own man. You don't have no mans. You came into this world alone. You are going to die alone. You are your only mans. I get so sick of hearing that. Oh, he ran up on my mans. I'm going to get him. Meanwhile, your mans can't handle his own business, so you got to handle it. You lay this cat out. You locked up in jail for 20, 25 years because of your mans. I hate that word. We had a different saying back in the 90s when we was coming up. Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy. I got my boy back. That's my boy. You came into this world alone, you're going to die alone. You don't have no boy. You don't have no mans. People complicate your life. You're never going to get to where you want to go. When you got your mans on the side over here that don't want to do nothing with his life, ain't going to do nothing with his life, but ride on your coattail. If you're trying to get to where you're trying to go, and you got this extra baggage that you have to tow and pull with you, and you think you're going to get somewhere, you think he's going to allow you to get to where you got to go? Because you can't take it with you. No matter what people think, when you reach a certain plateau in life, you cannot take it with you. I had made a post on Facebook one time, and the post said, "It's lonely at the top, but that's okay. I like being a hermit." I'm going to say that one more time. I wrote a post, and the post was, "It's lonely at the top, but that's okay. I like being a hermit." Someone replied back, "Well, it wouldn't be lonely if you would take people with you." And I understand the person that replied that never been to the top. Don't know what it takes to get to the top. Because a lot of times you can't take people with you. You just can't do it. You can't soar like an eagle if you are going to hang with pigeons. You cannot soar like an eagle if you are going to hang with pigeons. You can't take everybody with you. Now, for those who know me and think that I abandoned them or I left them or I never done nothing for them, when I got my stuff together, I just gave you $1 million worth of game for 99 cents. There you go. Because there's always going to be someone that's going to pull you down. There's always going to be someone in your circle that should not be in your circles, that is not used to what it is that you have now, the circles that you're around now, the networks that you have to make now. There's always going to be someone that don't get that. And that someone either going to be jealous of you, either going to try to destroy it for you, or in some cases, kill you. How many stories have we heard? Two guys grew up together, friends, get into the dope game together, get into the street life together. Hell, it can even be a legitimate business. And this person was jealous of this person, and this person was more charismatic. This person was better at handling the business. This person was becoming more profitable, and this person had killed this person. How many mothers had to bury their children because they were killed, they were popped off, they were murked by the best friend, and the mother said, this young man slept on my couch. He ate at my kitchen table. This was his brother. This was my son's brother, and he murdered him. I cannot stress enough how people can fuck your life up. You don't need people in your life like you think you do. See, when you're young, it's cute. You want to be on the scene. You want to be, as you all say, lit. Like we used to say back in the day, oh, he fly, she fly. She got pub, he got pub. He always surrounded around this many people. He always surrounded around that many people. When you get a certain point in life, none of that matters. I don't need no crew. Or as we used to say in my day, a posse. I don't need my posse. My posse's on Broadway. I don't need a posse. I got my guns. That's all I need. Now, Tupac said, me and my girlfriend, I got lots of girlfriends. It's my steel. Those are my thumpers, my hammers, what y'all call sticks. That's all I need for protection. I don't need to have 15 niggas around me. So I guarantee you, out of them 15, one of them is not going to have the potential that I have, and one of them is going to be the one to take me out. How many brothers are in the penitentiary right now because he was minding his own business and somebody called him? Oh, I got a lick. Let's go hit this lick. And he jumped out of bed to go hit this lick. Tell his girl's begging him to stay home. Stay home, don't go out there. Stay home with us, we're here. I'm your girl, your kid, we're here. That nigga get up, he go with his boy, he hit that lick, and he never see his girl again. He never see home again. He's in jail. This one makes me really mad because celibacy, I get that. Yeah, when we young men and women, we want to get it in. That's natural, that's nature. I get that. Sobriety. Drugs can happen to anybody. Don't ever think that it can't happen to you. Don't ever for 1 second think you can't be that person at that gas station begging for money to go get high. It happens. I know. Trust me, it happens. You got some of your biggest drug dealers at one point are your biggest crackheads to this day. Drugs is a powerful motherfucker. I get that. But this one right here, solitude, you don't have to be around people. People don't mean you no good. Half the people you got are jealous of you. Half the people around you want to kill you. Half the people want what you got, whether it's your man, whether it's your woman, whether it's your cars, your jewels. This is the one that just irks me the most because this is the one that we don't have to go through. Celibacy, sobriety, solitude, CSS. I can't make many guarantees and many promises in life, but this one I can make. If you follow those three letters can save your life. Those three letters can help you live a longer life. And those three letters can help you reach your goal. Now, I went a little bit longer because I don't really want to keep you guys too long. Like I said, you could be anywhere in the world. I appreciate you being here with me. And I wanted to touch on veganism. And I think the best way for me to do it is to direct you to Tabitha Brown. Okay, she is the black face of veganism. She has videos on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She can tell you so much more. I've only been practicing veganism for about 2 years now, okay? Now, all I can say is that my skin feels good. I have more energy. I wake up earlier. You just know how you feel when you feel it. You feel better than you felt your whole life. But I think that she can help you out a little bit more than I ever could because she's been doing it for decades. So that's how we're going to end this. I want you to go and follow Tabitha Brown. If you don't want to follow her because you don't want people telling you who you should and should not follow, that's not what I'm trying to do. I just try to give you guys recommendations of things that I like because I have intellectual curiosity. I consider myself to be an intelligent person. So I hope I gravitate followers, or I don't like to use the word follow. Don't follow me. You follow God. But those who like my platform and those who want to listen to me, I hope I gravitate other highly intelligent individuals. So that's why I give you these recommendations, because I figure if I'm interested in it, they interest you too, because we both share the same thing, a high level of intellectual curiosity. So definitely go check out Tabitha Brown. I said she's the queen of veganism. She's the black face of veganism. No, she's not paying me. She doesn't sponsor my show. She doesn't endorse my show. But I will endorse anybody, or I will tell you about anybody that I think that are good for our people. And she definitely is. Because you can live a long, long time by practicing veganism. But more importantly, I want you to get out your mother's basement and your father's attic. I want your car to be on full when you got to drive around. I don't want it running hot because you took all your money and popped a pill. I want you to get that degree that you wanted to get. I want you to get that job that you wanted to get. I want you to reach all of your dreams, all of your goals. I know you can. I know you can. Shouts out to Keys on the Beat, young brother putting it down. I know y'all was hitting them beats while I was, doing my thing. And I wish that brother good luck. And guys, check him out. Check him out. He's on YouTube. Keys on the Beat. Q-U-I-S. Here we go. QUISONDABEAT_. Hey, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Like I said, I'm never gonna ask you guys for money. I want you not to go through the mistakes that I went through. I want you to learn from things that I went through. What did Jay-Z say? I'm gonna say it, okay? I know it's about to sound corny. JT did that, so you don't have to go through that. I did these things I'll talk about, so you don't have to go through it. I love you. Peace and love. And you guys be safe.